Welcome to Reread. We're on book 7 of the Fate of the Jedi series. This is written by Aaron Alston. It's called Conviction. This one starts off that they thaw out the Horn children. They had saved them in the previous book. They thaw them out. They see if they're okay. They're not going for their lightsabers. In fact, if they did, it'd be a trap. It'd shoot out knockout gas. So they say, okay, they must be cured. And they seem fine. They hug their mom and dad. They're cured. And then it shows Valen at the end of the chapter going, he's like, he feels okay. He's getting, they've been frozen in carbonite, so they can't see and whatnot, but he's getting his senses back, and he knows these people are still fakes. So he's not cured. He and his sister are not cured, and that's a big secret they're trying to keep away from all of it, even though they're still insane, which I remembered that happening and loved it. The theory is that when Luke killed Abeloth the first time, it severed the connection to everyone except for people who were frozen in that status. And so when they woke up in that stasis, when they woke up from that stasis, they still had the voodoo left on by Abeloth. And they know they need to escape and go to Nam Choris, which is where Abeloth is. And that's where Luke and Ben and Bastari travel to confront Abeloth again. Nam Choris is from Planet of Twilight. Glad I have my reference here. And again, they go back. He goes under the surname of Owen Lars for a short time, but now he's telling everyone he's Luke Skywalker. I'd forgotten they brought back Tesselda, who was the crazy lady who was digging and eating drox from her arm. I thought was so weird. Now she's been cured, even though her memories from a live past have been, erased. So she used to be an old Jedi, and she was hundreds of years old. Why? Because she was popping drox and eating them. It was really weird because they give a burst of force life. So she's hundreds. I think she's 400 years old. I can't remember. I think it's a couple hundred years old now. But now she says, I'm aging because I don't eat drox anymore. Thank goodness for that. And she had messed up teeth, but now she got new fake teeth. But she looks totally normal. She's totally sane. And when Luke tells her about Abeloth, she's like, okay, well, if she's as bad as I know you are, then she's going to try to infect me because I'm a force user. So she gives him, because there's this like mind wipe they do, kind of they reset and heal. They take out memories. This sect of force users on the planet take out people's bad memories that they don't want, their horrifying memories, and just get rid of them completely. And she goes, so if anything happens, I'll teach you how to mind wipe me, like this. And here's my little code. Everyone has a little code you have to do to mind wipe me. And she's preparing because Luke goes, well, it'd be better if you get off the planet. She's not going to get off the planet because she knows she will probably live and die on this planet. So what's going to happen? I can't remember if she dies now that I said that. But either way, she does. Of course, Abeloth does corrupt the leader of this. I can't remember what their names are, these healers. And of course, the whole sect is now kind of under Abeloth's sway. And of course, Valen and Jalissa go on the planet, meet them. They're going to confront Valen. Luke is going to confront Abeloth. He sees Callista again, and it really is Callista. It's her essence. It's her. And she is so, and as Luke and her touch together in the Force, as Abeloth is there as well. And it's kind of weird because Callista, there's a portion of Callista that's coming out now. It's really Callista. And he's pulling the Force. Luke has the Force all around him. He's feeling Callista, knowing about their true love. So sorry about how things went down. In fact, he has regret all through this. Like what he does, the what if, and he feels kind of jealous because, it wasn't meant to be because Mara was his true love. But, of course, she, now she's been so lonely. And she was without the Force. She was lost. And Abeloth took her. But she's still in there. That loneliness is there. And she just wants to be with Luke again. And I feel for Callista. I really do. I really do. And it's a great scene where Luke goes, I'm sorry too. And then it says it's like, what does it say? Surgery with a dull axe that hurts a lot. And he rips her essence out of Abeloth. Now, Abeloth is in total agony for having someone that she's possessed now ripped out of her essence. And so it hurts Abeloth, cripples Abeloth, and she manages to escape once again and team up with the Sith at the end of the book, the Lost Tribe of the Sith, because they've lost a lot of numbers too during this, because Luke set up a trap. He knew Vistari would call the Sith to the planet. He had the Jedi in waiting, and then he sprung the trap and really wiped out a lot of the Lost Tribe who were out there. So anyway, Abeloth teams up with the Sith, and that's kind of how it ends. But he sees Callista's Force ghost, and she's at peace. And like a river, she gets kind of brushed away. And it's a beautiful ending. I do remember it, and I was like, well, at least they gave her a happy ending, even though it was very tragic at the end too. But absolutely wonderful type of story here. The whole time, I should mention that Vestoria is writing a letter to her father, and I thought that was interesting too, because she's talking about, dear dad. No, 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 that sounds too good. Father, that maybe that sounds more formal, or Papa, whatever. And she keeps saying stuff like, well, Luke is protecting Ben, and I know you do the same for me. Wait a minute. No, her dad wouldn't do that. That sounds sentimental. Her dad would hate that. And she's seeing the differences between the Sith and the Jedi, and she's having questions on, what's going to happen, to her. But what's happening to her? Is she really buying into this light side, or is the Sith really that bad? There is one time where she comes down the planet named Chorus, and they say, "Oh, we were told that 3 Jedi were coming," and she's offended that she's called a Jedi, which I absolutely loved. Now, there's a great commentary from Han and Leia. They stage a coup and they take out Dala in this book. And Han grabs the guns and he goes, "Nobody move. This is a holdup." And Leia goes, "Han." He went, "Oh, right. Nobody move. This is a coup." And there's a lot of funny lines. There's a lot of funny lines from Han and Leia during this. Of course, Troy Denning is not short on humor as they're overthrowing Dala. She gets in a cell next to Tahiri. She's so pissed. Dala will send a message to Boba Fett. Boba Fett will break her out under fake armor, so you don't think it's Boba Fett, but then you realize it is. He was just doing that so people would think it's a fake Boba Fett, and so he avoids getting retribution from the Jedi, because they'll see the fake armor and everything, go, "Oh, that wasn't really Boba Fett." In fact, Boba Fett didn't move the same as he usually moves, because he knows the Jedi are going to study the tape. And so he springs out Dala. Tahiri, much to the pleading of her Bothan lawyer, just decides to jump and escape too. And that's how the kind of book ends, with Tahiri kind of on her own, stealing and, begging for scraps on the street. And but now Dala is kind of, ready to disappear and kind of regain her power in a separate way too. Because, Boba Fett asked her at the end if she's trying to be chief of state again. She's like, "No, but I'm going to be a leader again, because we need strong leaders," is what she says. There's another great scene. 3PO goes missing. There's on Klaatuine, the Klaatuins or whatever. They bring in Han and Leia to negotiate a deal. There's a lot of funny scenes there with Han mouthing off during the negotiations, and Leia makes him sit outside in the hallway. Han ends up actually making the deal work, being, Han using his wit there. But there's a great scene where 3PO is missing. Now Tenel Ka has come, and she and Alana get some downtime together. But Alana is seeing visions of her mom dying by a fiery man. A fiery man is going to come. And she thinks it's this one guy who's a Sith. And technically it is, but it also isn't, because he's not the fiery man. The fiery man is the bomb that they put inside 3PO. They capture 3PO. 3PO goes missing for a little while. Alana finds him, doesn't realize something's wrong with him until she, later on in the Force realizes, wait a minute, 3PO is the burning man. He's got a bomb inside of him. And so she goes to, kind of rescue her mom. And she does. And they remove the bomb from 3PO. R2 makes tons of jokes. And 3PO's getting mad. He's like, "I do not have an explosive personality. No, I do not come to pieces when something goes wrong. No, I'm not, blowing up on you right now." And, R2 is just doing one pun after the next at the end of the book. It's really funny. But one of the best things is when 3PO goes missing, Alana so upset, she went, "Someone may hurt him." And Han goes, "Oh no," Leia goes, "Baby, who would hurt, honey, who would hurt a protocol droid?" And she looks at Han, he went, "Grandpa threatens to hurt him all the time." And Leia goes, "That's different." Again, the humor here is just so good. It is so good. Really enjoyable once again. Troy Denning knocks out of the park. Again, my expectation of this series has just risen exponentially reading it a second time. I am really, really, really enjoying this series. I can't wait to review the next book next time.